Blue House. Rani Mata brought me into Blue House as her companion decades ago, so I love her family as my own. Her elder son, Ajit, lives and breathes for the farm. Brought up on farm fresh grain and vegetables, rich buffalo milk and pure ghee, his imposing posture, his farming knowledge and confidence, and his easy command mark him out as a typical eldest son. Abhay, the fearless, is the younger son. No two brothers could be so different. Abhay does farm work if he must, but he's not a farmer at heart. He's something to do with computers. There's 9 years between the brothers, but nothing else. For Abhay adores his handsome, golden, capable elder brother, and Ajit adores his slender, tech-savvy, fun-loving younger brother. Our closest neighbor is miles away, but their daughter, Geet, practically grew up in Blue House. She's 5 years younger than Ajit and 4 older than Abhay, and while she played and frolicked with Abhay, she worshipped Ajit, and he her. It was always so. They were married as soon as she turned 18, and Rani Mata taught this young girl all the skills to manage this formidable household. Yet she was lonely. Ajit lavished his love on her in short, intense bursts. But he'd be out all day, every day, busy on the farm. The weather, the farmer's best friend and worst foe, got more and more unpredictable with each passing year. I'd become reclusive since Rani Mata passed, and Abhay spent most of the time in his room typing away on his computer. I once chastised him. "You cannot live off your brother forever. Go out on the farm and put in some work." He wickedly reported this to Ajit, embarrassing me deeply. But Ajit understood my concern and reassured me. "He's not living off me, Mausi. He gets paid handsomely for his work and contributes to the family kitty honorably." That's the first and last I heard of it, but I was relieved. For money matters make trouble even between the most loving family members. Frankly, I was amazed that he could earn well just by typing on his computer. He tried to explain to me, but I don't understand these things. It was something to do with building walls, I remember. So how you can build walls by typing, I still don't understand. He was forever at his computer, fingers fluttering like butterflies. But at some point every day, he'd swarm into the house, disrupting everything. He played music, he danced, he insisted I play cards with him. Then he'd inform me he'd won thousands or even lakhs. But since I'm his pyari Mausi, he won't take my money. Which is good, because I don't have any lakhs to give him. He'd pull away all the young people working in the house for noisy games of football or volleyball. Sometimes he went out on the farm and worked alongside his brother. But that was a rare day. He's like a sunbeam, bringing light and energy wherever he goes. Geet bossed him around as if she were his mother. He bowed his head to her and pretended submissiveness, but went out and did exactly what he wanted to. No one could control that boy except Ajit, who hardly ever used his power. Abhay taught Geet all kinds of Western dancing, twirling around the room with their arms around each other. He taught her to play the piano, sitting beside her on the long piano seat and guiding her fingers. He insisted she play video games with him, as she protested she didn't know how, yet squealed with excitement. Call me old-fashioned, but I didn't like it. It was fraught with danger and had endless potential for trouble. I started spending more time in the public spaces of the house rather than in my rooms as I'd have preferred. And inevitably, I saw a softening in her, a leaning towards him. I don't think I imagined it. Girls as young as 8 or 10 will know if there's the slightest impropriety in a man's behavior. Do men understand as instinctively? Would Abhay know? And if he did, what would he do? He gave no indication. There was no good way out of this. It had to be stopped before it went further. I suggested to Ajit that he spend more time with Geet, saying she needed his company. But he, missing the point entirely, summoned Abhay and tasked him with entertaining Geet, since I'd complained she was lonely. She was not to be permitted to feel lonely, he smilingly commanded his brother. Abhay assured G, which is what he called his brother, that he would. But only months after that, Abhay called us together and announced he'd been offered a dream project in Melbourne and wanted to take it, though it was a 2-year contract. Geet immediately insisted he reject it. Ajit was stunned. Do you actually have to be there the whole time? He asked his brother. Abhay nodded. He had to create and set up their security and train their team. When he turned to me, I said plainly that we'd miss him terribly, but only he knew what he had to do in his career. We could not stand in his way. Everything moved rapidly after that, and soon he was leaving for the airport, earnestly tasking his brother and sister-in-law. I don't want to come back to an empty house. Make sure there are little darlings to welcome me back. Ajit hugged him fiercely, and Geet wept. I gave him my blessings. He missed home terribly, I observed guiltily. He yearned for Blue House, for its sights and sounds, for the taste of its water and the smell of its air. Yet though he pined, for the whole 2 years, he didn't return. Not even for a short visit, not even for Diwali. He took his breaks there, in that far country. And he wept openly when he saw his little niece Bubbly for the first time. In those last few months before his contract ran out, he phoned even more often, demanding to talk to Bubbly every day. She should recognize his voice when he returned, he insisted. Ajit went alone to the airport to pick him up as he'd gone to drop him off, and Geet and Bubbly waited with me. We saw the dust in the distance and knew they were near. The household was mad with anticipation. Flower garlands hung on every door and the very air smelt excited. He bounced out, his arms wide open, quickly touched my feet, accepted my blessings, hugged Geet, extracted Bubbly from her arms and danced through the house saying his hellos to all the staff, hugging his little niece to his chest, crooning love songs to her all the while. Ajit and Geet exchanged indulgent glances. See how content she is in my arms, G. She knows me, he beamed at his brother, evidently overjoyed to be holding her, to be back at Blue House. I won't deny I watched them carefully over the next weeks and months. But whatever it was I'd seen earlier, I saw no sign of it again. Geet was older now and busier. She'd learned to depend more on Ajit, and he'd learned to be there for her. And now there was Bubbly too, of course. Abhay just wanted to soak Blue House back in through his pores and play with Bubbly. After being away so long, he spent more time with his brother and showed interest in the land too. Life settled down to a comfortable rhythm again, with Bubbly flooding all our lives with love and happiness. The thing I often ask myself is, Was that 2-year contract just lucky timing? Or did Abhay make it happen? Did he distance himself from Blue House and everything and body he loved to give his beloved G the space to set his house in order? Or did a too fantastic to be missed opportunity really just land in his lap? Was it chance? Or did he know?